Career, ranked among the top 10 in numerous statistical categories. A two-time All-Pac-10 selection, Scott was named to the 1997 NCAA West Regional All-Tournament team, en route to being named All-America Honorable Mention by the Associated Press. Olympia Scott, women's basketball.
Olympia went on to participate in the 1997 World University Games, where she won a gold medal in Sicily. She spent 10 years in the WNBA and now spends her time with her two children, works as a motivational speaker, entrepreneur, and author. Please welcome her presenter, Tara Vanderveer, and Olympia Scott.
Go ahead and move these up since Logan time for volleyball is also happening. Firstly, I'd like to thank God. He's the one who brought us all here today, but especially gave me this opportunity. One of the things, I do a lot of speaking with youth, and one of the things that I impress upon them is my favorite quote by Seneca, because a lot of times people, especially young people, say, "Oh, wow, you're so lucky, you played basketball, you're so lucky." And I like to tell them that this quote, that luck, there's no such thing as luck. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. And so I'm thankful firstly for my parents for both being very invested in education, having advanced degrees and being college professors, that they prepared me for the opportunity to come here in the first place because they impressed upon me the importance of my education, that academics came first. And so this opportunity obviously would have been available to me had I not had that type of, competitive spirit in the classroom that I also displayed in every other arena of my life. I started out as very much a tomboy, played baseball with all boys. So I wasn't even playing softball, I was playing baseball, running track, just doing everything. And I didn't even realize I was good at basketball because I play with the boys, and of course they go past it, only girl. So I had no idea my potential, but once I started playing with girls, that's when I realized, oh, well, maybe I can do something with this. And fortunately, Tara thought the same thing, and she always said to me that what I could already do, she couldn't necessarily teach other people to do. I think really it was my athleticism that maybe impressed her initially. My skill, well, let's just say I was a little rough around the edges. So, but she always impressed upon me she could teach me to do what I couldn't do. And that was one of the things that I was most impressed with Tara, is that she's a phenomenal teacher. And as a mentor and as a coach, she taught us the game. She didn't just teach us her philosophy or her schemes. She taught us why we were doing what we were doing. She made us decision makers, because it wouldn't be that we could practice the exact scenario that would happen. So she prepared us to make our own decisions. And so a lot of what I learned from Tara as a coach, I actually use in my parenting, because as a mother of two kids, a 14-year-old and a 16-month-old, nice separation there, right? Well, when's a good time to donate your body to the cause when you're a pro athlete, right? Which I'm glad I waited, because I did actually gain 90 pounds with my son, so maybe it's a little prophetic, right? But is that we're teaching them to be decision makers. And fortunately for me, my parents taught me to make the right decisions. And coming to Stanford was, I believe, the best decision I made in my life. I'm among phenomenal people. One of the things about Stanford that was always so fun was that you weren't housed with the athletes. Some universities do that. The football team, they lived together, the basketball team was together. We're here, we were just, in the general population, and I use the term general quite lightly because I was down the hall from, people who went on to be famous concert pianists, from famous physicists, people who are still at Google and Yahoo and everywhere else Silicon Valley has to offer. And so it was impressive to be among those people, and that I was one of them, hopefully. And I'm just glad that I had this opportunity, and I was hoping that this would be maybe motivational for my daughter. And I know she's gonna die that I tell you this, because if anyone here has had teenagers, they know they're so concerned about being embarrassed, but I still have to tell this story anyway. In the car, I'm just gonna have to do it. In the car, she said, "This is so inspirational." So of course I said, yes. So this trip has done what it's been designed to do. But I am proud. She's a straight A student, but any bit of motivation that can hopefully land her here or somewhere like Stanford, I'll take it. So I definitely want to thank Tara for believing in me and the university and for the scholarship. I definitely want to thank my parents and my family. And I think mostly, other than my husband, who has been very supportive, although I wasn't fortunate to meet him at Stanford, I definitely want to thank God. I believe God has a purpose for all of us, and I realized that part of my purpose came through Stanford. And I'm just quite thankful for the opportunity. And this is just amazing to say I'm in the Stanford Hall of Fame. And also that I'm joining my great uncle, Stephen Tucker, who was actually the first African American to play basketball here. And then it was the Pac-8. So I'm thankful to also be able to join him in the Hall of Fame. Thank you.